Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. If this is the first time that you've landed on my channel, welcome to you. Please let me know where you're tuning in from, what city, what state, what country, whatever you want to put, so I can say hello to you and welcome you to this community. And if you've been here before, hey. I am so glad, I'm excited today because y'all, today it is time. It is time. Now I know when you hear me say this, you're gonna say it's not time, but it is time. It's time to start thinking about the fall garden. So in this video, I'm gonna do something, again, sometimes I tell you to do stuff that I'm like, don't do as I do, but do as I say. This time, I want you to do as I do and do as I say. Because today what I'm doing is I'm getting ready, I'm in my sunroom, and I'm gonna take inventory of my seeds for the fall before I order, so that I can order what I need for my upcoming fall garden. I cannot wait for the fall gardens. I'm still enjoying the summer season, but I got my eyes set on the fall season because there's so many things that are different about growing food in the fall. And if you've never had a fall garden, I'm gonna challenge you right now, today, to go ahead and commit to having a fall garden. And I'll tell you the reasons why later on in this video. But also, if you are struggling with how to have a fall/winter garden, I want to let you know that I am offering a class on August the 3rd that's going to be 100% virtual. So no matter where you are, you can tune in. The link is going to be in the description box below to register for the classes on August the 3rd. And it's on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, from 2 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. In this workshop, we're going to talk about the fall gardening, what to expect, what to plant, how to keep your stuff, what to plant when, like all the stuff. If you've ever been confused or don't even know where to begin, you want to sign up for this workshop. Remember, if you're in my VIP members program, you get 10% off everything in the store, including classes. If you're not part of my YouTube VIP membership, you can go ahead and sign up for that too. It's just $4.99 a month, and you get access to me. You get access to me once a month in a live Q&A. You also get 10% off everything in our store. You also get priority reply to comments, and you also get videos early. How about that? So if you're not part of the VIP, definitely sign up for that. But if you want help with fall gardening, I want to see you in the workshop. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. So today, now, let me just come clean. I already ordered just a couple of things for the fall because I was on the site and they had a sale, and you know, blinking lights, and it's like, buy me. And I'm like, okay, I will. So I bought a couple of things. I'm going to show you what I bought. But before I buy anything else, because I'm getting all the emails now and things are looking good. So do as I do. Before you buy your seeds for the fall, take inventory of what you already have. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sit down and go through our fall seeds and see what we have. And I'm serious today, y'all. I'm serious. I got me a little handy pad, and I'm going to write down the things that we are short on or what we need. So let's sit down at the table. Let's go through our seeds, and then we're going to talk about the fall garden, what's different, and why you should absolutely have one this upcoming year. Okay, so we got our little pad, so we are ready to write down the stuff that we need. Let me take that off, and let me first show you what I already bought. And then also let's talk about some varieties as well as what we're gonna plant for the fall. And let me just say here, because I know some of you are scratching your head like, girl, it's hot outside. It is like real hot. It's like 95, it's 100 in my area, and you're talking about the fall. Yes, I am, because in order for you to have a successful fall garden season, you have to be thinking about that right now. What did I say? Right now. So yes, I know it's the middle of July, but this is when you plan for the fall. And this is one of the #1 mistakes that people make, is because they wait too late to plan for their fall garden. They plant their seeds too late, or they're out there trying to buy some seedlings too late, or they're like, oh, let me plant my seeds, and it's already September. And then you're gonna be like, what happened to my stuff? I didn't get any cabbage, all the things. So I'm telling you, this is the time to start thinking about it. So even if you think it's too hot right now, it's too early, I want you to tune in, lock in, take these notes, and listen to what I'm putting down, because I'm telling you, this is the time to plan, okay? I wouldn't steer you wrong. But first, let me show you, in my Gardener is one of the seed companies that I use sometimes, and they were having a sale. So I think the seed packet's like $1.25. So, I mean, who gonna just leave it there, right? Who gonna just leave it there? So I already bought some stuff. Oh, y'all, I just found something that I didn't think I had. Sidebar. I got some more black beans. Remember I told you in another video I didn't think I had any more? Look at God. Look at God. Okay, let me get all this situated. Because I probably should have done that ahead of time, but you know, roll with me, roll with me. Okay, so this is the seeds that I already bought, not even before looking at my inventory. Okay, let me do this in some sort of order. Okay. So I think first, let me go through the seeds that I have and see if we want to add it to our list of doing more. Let's do that first. So going back to the mistakes that I see when it comes to fall gardening, one is that people start too late and they don't plan early in advance of the fall garden. The second thing that I see people doing is that they are planting the wrong stuff at the wrong time. And so the fall garden is all about cool season crops. So I'm not going to go into a long, lengthy discussion about that. Today, we're just really trying to find out what seeds we have and to encourage you to do the same. So maybe while I'm going through mine, you can be going through yours and you can be making notes and we can just all get it done in this next 15, 20 minutes. How about that? So won't you just, if you don't have your stuff, go get your stuff and let's just do it together. Okay. And then I will mention this because somebody always is new on my page and they ask, in terms of what I keep my seeds in. This is a photo storage case that you can get from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I always get them at the beginning of the year, like January, because they have sales because everybody's trying to get organized, right? And you can get it for like 12 to 15 bucks. When it's not on sale, it's like $30, $40. So, i.e., wait to January. But all it is for photo storages, but they're the perfect size cases for seeds. So I think 16 come in a case. I have about 5 or 6 of these cases to store my seeds. So that's what that is if you're wanting to know. So this whole case is mostly my fall seeds. So the first thing is beets. And so basically I'm gonna look at my beets and see, do I have enough beets and all of that. So y'all know, if you've been here, you know me and beets, we don't quite like each other, okay? They don't like me, and I don't like them. But I want to like them because you guys have told me you just have not had the right beet and you have not done it the right way. Y'all have told me I need to roast the beets. Well, y'all, I have tried to roast the beets, i.e. by growing beets, but I have not been successful at growing beets in 5 years. Now, last year I didn't even try. We took a break. But I'm feeling like I'm gonna try again this year. I'm gonna try again this fall. I don't know what it is about me and beets, but I don't know. It's some kind of relationship that we have yet to create. But this is Badger Flame Beet by Row 7. I have heard that this is an amazing, amazing beet. I have 2 packets of that, and then I have this gourmet blend. I'm not buying no more beets because we good on beets, okay? The next thing is bok choy. I grow a lot of bok choy in the fall. And so I'm looking at my seed packets and I have like 4 or 5 in here, but I need to order some more because I grow a lot of bok choy. And bok choy is one of the ones that the harvest and maturity is relatively fast. So you can have bok choy in like 50 days. So I do multiple successions of bok choy. It is also a great seller for us. And so I need a lot of bok choy. So I need to order some more seeds so I make sure that I am not without. So I'm gonna put that on my list is bok choy, okay? And as we're going through, let me know if there's a particular crop that I don't mention that you grow in the fall, let me know. And then also if there's a variety that you love that I don't mention, put it down below so we all can benefit, okay? So we got that. And next is our Brussels sprouts. Y'all, I grew Brussels sprouts for the first time last year successfully. Now, Brussels sprouts, this is one of the things. Brussels sprouts take up to 110 days. Now, you do the math on that. That's like 4 months. So if you start your Brussels sprouts in September and you growing outside, right? And then depending on what type of climate, you may or may not get Brussels sprouts, because by the time it's 4 months, one, it may be too cold where you are in terms of you don't have frost protection. And again, I'm going to talk about all that in the workshop. I give you links, I give you tools, I give you what to use in case you do not have a greenhouse like me. So for me, I'm gardening in a greenhouse all year long. So in the fall and winter, I don't have an issue with frost protection. Now, I still have to cover my stuff, but what I'm saying is the greenhouse gives me an extra layer of protection. But if you don't have a greenhouse, you can still have crops in the fall into the winter with some simple techniques. And I'm going to talk about that in the workshop. Okay, so when it comes to Brussels sprouts, ideally, if you're doing Brussels sprouts and you're starting from seed, you should actually be starting your seeds this month in July. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you what I know. You should start your seeds in July, ideally, because for those of you that are going to be gardening outside, not under protected culture like a greenhouse, and then also if your climate is such that it gets really, 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 and I got to go back and look to see what tolerance Brussels sprouts have in terms of the temperature. Then if you don't start them now, you're not going to have Brussels sprouts because it's not a quick crop, okay? Now, the packet says 110 days. I will tell you, in my experience, it typically takes longer than that for me. Usually it takes a good 130 days before I'm able to pick off enough for a harvest. The plants are growing, they're looking beautiful, but in terms of the Brussels sprouts, the Brussels actually forming and being big enough to pull off to eat, it usually takes a lot longer. And you have to keep in mind, because you have less sunlight in the fall and especially in the winter, it's not going to grow as fast. All of that to say, if you love you some Brussels sprouts and you want some for the fall/winter, get on it, okay? Get on it. So in terms of what I have, it looks like I have 2 or 3 packets, and then I bought one more on the sale. So I'm going to put down one more to buy just so that I am covered. Okay? Just so I am covered, because one of these seed packets is like 2 or 3 years old. And so I just want to make sure that I am good to go. And last year, I didn't notate what kind I grew, but I had really good, they tasted so good, and I had really good success. And that was the first time I had success on the Brussels. So it was either, I think it was Sylvia from Johnny's, because this is the packet. It was either that or I have this kind right here, the Catskill, which is 85 to 110 days. Yeah, more like 110 days, basically. Okay, so we're good on that. Next is my radishes. Radishes, I don't particularly care for radish, but again, because you guys have recommended radishes, I did grow some for the first time, I think 2 years ago, and I did like a regular red radish or something like that. I've done the watermelon, that didn't do anything, but I did the red radish and I roasted it, and I did like it like that. But since that time, last year I did the daikon radish. It's Bravo. It's called the Bravo, and it's by Johnny's. It is a huge, like the radish, it's like a purple radish. It's like this big. That's the only one that I'm doing now. And so it looks like I do have seeds for that, but I may need to get one more. So I will put that on my list. The worst thing for me is to get ready to start a seed, have to do another succession or another planting because maybe something didn't germinate, and then you don't have the seeds. You got to order, and then you got to wait a week for the seeds to come in. I don't like that. So I like to have my seeds ahead of time. And so I try to, like right now I have enough that I think will be okay, but I like to have 1 packet over and 1 packet extra, if that makes sense. So you see what I'm doing. I'm kind of going through each crop and writing down and looking at what I have versus what I don't have. And then I'm writing down the stuff that I need to order. So that way, when I sit down at my computer to order, I have a list of what I need. So therefore, I'm not buying lettuce and I got 15 packs of lettuce, if that makes sense, okay? So I'm gonna go through this and then I'll come back and let you know what ended up on my list and what we need to order. Okay, y'all, so that took maybe 10 minutes going through all my seeds. So what made it take only 10 minutes? One, it's organized, right? All of my fall seeds are in one case. Now, my summer seeds span more cases because I grow more summer. I mean, there's just much more variety of summer crops. But pretty much everything was in this one case, so that made it easy and efficient. Everything is labeled, as you can see here. It's all labeled. It's all labeled, so it's organized, efficient, so it doesn't take long to make sure. And then I have my list. So these are the seeds that I need to order. I need to order 2 or 3 more packets of bok choy, 1 packet of Brussels sprouts, 1 radish, broccoli. I put a question mark. I actually have broccoli seeds. I don't need any, but I have a question mark that tells me to go and look and get you some if you see like some new variety, something, because it's really hard for me to grow broccoli. Broccoli was the first time, last year was the first time that I was the most successful. But on the second succession, nothing happened. So and that usually happens to me every time. I don't know what it is about the second succession, weather change, all that, I don't know. But if it's gonna be like that, then we're gonna plant way more on the first succession in case we don't get any more. Like I didn't have enough for my freezer at all to last me. I'm having to buy broccoli from the store. And it takes a lot of broccoli because you only get 1 head on each broccoli plant. You get the side shoots, but that ain't enough for a meal, not for a family. So anyway, I put a question mark for me to look at broccoli seeds and see if there's a new variety I want to try and things like that, but I don't really need any. Carrots I need to order because I order those every year. I do Bolero is the variety. And I do a pelleted seed, and pelleted seeds are only good for a year. So I always have to order those every single year. I'm gonna get me some more alyssum. That's gonna be my flower for the fall. So I need some more of that. Lettuce, kale, onions. I'm gonna try onions as an experiment to see if I can get them to, first of all, just grow. But I've heard about doing some onions in the fall and letting them overwinter. If you've done that before, let me know. That's bulbing onions that I'm talking about. I will also do like some scallions, which I have not had great success with that either, but we shall try again. Cilantro, because cilantro is actually great for the fall and winter, not for the summer. If you have cilantro right now, you live in a hot climate like me, and you notice that your cilantro is bolting, that's why. It is actually a cool season crop. And then spinach. I only need 1 spinach, and that's really, if they have like a new variety or something like that. So y'all, I got my list. I know exactly what I need to order. I will be placing my order by the end of this weekend. So I'll have the seeds come in next week, and then I will be starting seeds. For me, I'll be starting on like the first week of August is when I'm gonna be starting them. And I'm gonna be talking all about that in my fall gardening workshop class. We may actually just do it together as we talk about it, and I can kind of give some demonstrations and things like that. So let's talk about why you need to have a fall garden. If you own the fence, let me push you off the fence. So let me talk to you about why you should have a fall garden and what the difference is, especially if you are a new gardener. So if your garden struggled this summer with pests, disease, the weather, the rain, all of the things, you need to start a fall garden. You absolutely need to have a fall garden. I know that sometimes you want to take a rest break and all that. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, in the summer, I call it the summer press. It is busy. It is hot and heavy. It is non-stop. It is overwhelming. When you garden in the fall, it is so much easier. I tell all new gardeners that if you want to start a garden, I would start in the fall and learn before I hit the summer. That's just my personal opinion. Now, did I do that? No, because I didn't know any better. But to me, in a fall garden, you can gain a lot more confidence because it is easier. You do not have as much disease because the temperatures are cooler. You don't have disease as much, and you don't have as much pest pressure as much. Then you don't have to contend with the heat. So it's much more pleasant to be outside. And then they just kind of take care of themselves because you're not having the pest pressure and the heat and the disease and all that. It just makes it a lot more of an enjoyable experience, and it is just easier. In the fall, y'all, we coasting, we gliding, but we still got a lot of good food, right? Versus in the summer, I'm working for every tomato seed that I pull up, okay? I'm working for it. I'm sweating for it. In the fall, it's easy, it's Coast Street. I'm telling you what I know. So I want to know down below, one, if you've never done a fall garden and you want to commit to having a fall garden this year, let me know down below and just say first time fall. First time fall, so I can congratulate you. Sign up for the workshop. Let me coach you along the way so that you know exactly what to do. And if you're like, look, I've done a fall garden before, but it's been a minute, but I'm jumping back in, then let me know you jumping back in, okay? Let me know if you're jumping back in. And if you're like, yeah, girl, I do a fall garden every single year, I'm with you, I'm tracking right along with you, then let me know that as well. So a couple of things. In the summer, I normally do like a weekly seed starting series for the summer, and we count down the seeds that we're starting. I don't normally do that in the fall. I have been asked to do that in the fall, and I'm still contemplating for a couple of reasons. One, my schedule and my timeline for the fall is going to be a little bit different because I have a greenhouse, right? So for me, I can start much later than the majority of people who may be watching me that do not have a greenhouse, okay? So I don't want to, I'm debating on whether I do a series of starting the seeds weekly because my timeline can be so different because I have that, right? Number two, what was my number two reason? I don't remember my number two reason. I had like 3 reasons. I don't remember. Anyway, it'll come to me, and it may be the next video, which means if it's on the next video, you need to go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can remember, so you can see when I remember what I was going to tell you about why I may or may not do the fall video series, okay? Yeah, that because I can't call it up right now. But that reason is a reason enough right there that I'm on a different schedule, right? So we'll see. We'll see. If y'all really want it, let me know down in the comments. If it's not a big deal, let me know that too. It's all good. Y'all, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're going to jump on in to the fall gardening. And if you are, go ahead and take inventory of your seeds. Do that this weekend, so that you can order your seeds and be prepared. And if you're on the fence, like, I'm not sure, I may or may not, go ahead and have your seeds ready. So that way, if you are, you can go ahead and do it. And it doesn't have to be all big. It can be just a few things, right? A few things. But in the workshop, we're going to talk about herbs, flowers, and vegetables for the fall and winter. Because yes, there's certain herbs that you grow in the fall. There's certain flowers that can last in the fall and winter versus in the summer. So I cannot wait to see you on the next video, and I hope that I see you in the workshop. The link will be down in the description below. But y'all remember, all of this is part of the journey. Let's do it together. I'll see you next time, friend.